Hello everyone and welcome back once again to another Skyrim, modded Skyrim playthrough. In the last episode, we just joined the Imperial Legion, and we have to talk to Rika to get our next mission. So let's
Welcome to the Legion
do
of the
that.
Silvers. Listen up. Ulfric's right-hand man, Galmar Stonesfist, has located what he believes is the final resting place of the Jagged Crown. We're going to make sure he doesn't get his hands on it. The rest of my men are already assembling outside Corbustion. I'll meet you there as soon as I finish up here.
What's the Jagged Crown?
A legendary crown dating back to King Harald's time, or before. A powerful relic of a golden age, long since past. Legend has it that the crown is made from the bones and teeth of ancient dragons, and is said to increase the power of the wearer. Whatever the truth, if Ulfric gets his hands on it, it would be a powerful symbol around which to rally support for his cause.
And how do we know that the crown's in Corbustion?
Well, to be frank, we don't. Its location was lost with King Borgus when the Great Hunt killed him off while on his Lushan campaigns. Supposedly, his body was brought back to Skyrim and secretly buried with the crown. Knowledge of that location was lost in the Wars of Secession. But my agents report that Galmar is pretty damn convinced Corbustion is the tomb of King Borgus. I know Galmar. We fought in many wars together. He's not a sentimental man taken to fancy. If he believes the crown is there, he's likely found it.
Alright, so that's all the dialogue for the Jagged Crown. Alright, so we're off to Corbustion to help the Imperials retrieve the Jagged Crown. We also have a quest to talk to the blacksmith over here to get our Imperial gear, but I think I'm just going to stick with my Penitus Oculatus gear right here. If I remember correctly, the Corbustion is north of Whiterun, and it's right here. So I think I'm going to take a carriage to Whiterun, and we'll just walk up to Corbustion from Whiterun. Alright, so in this episode, while I'm heading over to Corbustion, I think I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a brief history on the Imperial Legion. This guy out here is still dead. Just kind of throw his body over here into the bushes. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a bit of a history lesson on the Imperial Legion as I make my way over to Corbustion. Alright, so the Imperial Legion never actually started off as the Imperial Legion that we know them as today, right? The Legion started off when Elysia was during the Elysian Empire, when Saint Elysia was the one who was in charge, right? So obviously the first legion that was created was the Elysian legions, right? Now legends speak of the legion being led by a guy named Morios, which is a winged man bull. Apparently, he was able to take the White Gold Tower, which is I may or may not put pictures of. I may or may not put pictures of the White Gold Tower and all the characters that I'm speaking of. There's a bit of a texture glitch right there, but anyways. So, the Elysian army consists. The Elysian army spent most of their 3rd century of the First Era securing Elysian control over Cyrodiil, right? And they were slowly overcoming Ayleid hideouts, which Ayleids are elves. The Ayleids aren't really nice people overall. They hate man. They don't like human. They don't like mankind. basically, if you're not an elf, they don't like you, right? So the Lycian armies spent most of the 3rd century of the First Era taking out these Allied hideouts and securing their control over Cyrodiil, right? Um, and the Alliads had high magical prowess and almost ingenious tactics many um, that many armies couldn't take out. That's why the Alliads stayed in control over Cyrodiil for quite a significant amount of time, right? And so after that, you get the New Legion, right? Which is after, obviously, the are you bandits? You are. Oh, that guy's gonna get in front of me. Alright, I'm sorry, I gotta take out these guys first. Alright, I think that's all of them. Alright, so the New Legion was... So once the province was reunited, again, under the control of... Alright, so the New Legion was under the control of Riemann the First, which is Riemann Cyrodiil, which is how Cyrodiil got its name, was when Riemann Cyrodiil was the first emperor of Tamriel, right? So his legion spent the last 2 centuries of the First Era re-establishing an empire of man in Tamriel. Right, the Imperial Legion, as it is known in modern times, first appeared under the Second Empire thanks to the influence of the Akaviri Dragonguard. Now, the Akaviri are from a mysterious continent known as Akavir. Right, Akavir is a continent that we don't know much about. It's home to ice demons and snake people and monkey men. Right, it's a very strange place. But it was also home to the Akaviri. And the Akaviri Dragon Guard was basically they were basically the equivalent to the Blades in Skyrim, or later on the bodyguard of the Emperor. All right, I'm gonna help these guys out over here. So the Akaviri Dragon Guard were out hunting down the Akaviri dragons. Alright, I'm gonna finish these guys off and then I'll continue. Explaining. Alright, that takes care of that. Alright, so by the end of the era, the Somerset Isles was the only province in Tamriel that wasn't taken by the Empire. Okay, I'll grab that Amulet of Tefella. So Tamriel still has yet to be held, be completely taken over by the Empire, right? So at the beginning of the Second Era, the Imperial Legion achieved something that was unthinkable. They became the only fighting force in the Empire. So there was no other fighting force in the Empire. They were the only army in the Empire, right? Now, a man named, I'm going to try to pronounce his name correctly, Versidue Shai, declared martial law demanding that all of his vassals dissolve their armies, and after 37 years, the enormous sacrifice, the Imperial Legion had quelled all who did not obey, wiping out any organized resistance to them within the Empire. They were the only army in the land. Alright, and with that, I'm just gonna talk to these guys and then I'll continue talking to you guys about the Imperial Legion.
I'm not talking about the Stormcloaks.
Yeah, man, I know what you mean about these old ruins.
You too, huh? I'd much rather a straight-up fight than creeping around a place like this. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
Looks like the damned rebels got here first. No matter, we have the element of surprise. Prepare to move.
We do. I'm ready, ma'am.
Follow me.
Alright. I'm gonna clear out these Stormcloaks and then I'll continue talking about the history of the Imperial Legion. I'm gonna come back here and just take out these archers. Holy crap. Why are there bandits here? These bandits should not be here. We're here to take out the Stormcloaks and we're being raided by bandits. Oh, the Stormcloaks are still here. Why does it seem like my sword didn't do any damage to him? Oh no, it was just showing the wrong health bar. Alright, that takes out that guy. There's a Stormcloak archer down there. I'm just going to dodge his arrow. Nope. You can't hit me. He ended up hitting me anyways, but... I have no idea where... This guy just literally picked up one of those staffs from the bandits that we were fighting. I have no idea where those bandits came from. They definitely weren't supposed to be here. But, Alright, so after the new Legion was created and they ended up becoming the only army in Tamriel, right? So during the Second Era, after the dissolution of the Second Empire, the Imperial Legion became the instrument of various warlords in Cyrodiil, notably the infamous Tharn family, right? So during this time, all legions were recalled to...
Don't underestimate the Stormcloaks.
Right, she's just talking. All legions were recalled to the Imperial City, but many of them couldn't return to the city, so they ended up making isolated camps throughout the Heartlands as the Alliance War raged around them. Anyone who's familiar with ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, knows what the Alliance War is and what's going on throughout this time, because this is when this time period is when ESO takes place, right? There's a lot more Stormcloak soldiers than I thought that were going to be up there. Let's just burn you guys for a little bit. Ow, I think one of my teammates just hit me with that stupid ice staff of his. Okay, I need to run. Not run, tactically retreat. Alright. I think that's all of them. I'm just gonna wait for an hour and just heal up there. Alright, I guess we're all just running in. Alright, so there's a door over here. Oh no, that door is barred. I thought that was one of the treasure doors, but there is a door in here that has treasure and stuff and whatnot. Damn, they're just rushing through, killing everyone. Alright, so
The Stormcloaks are here in force. Stick close and follow orders so we don't stir up the whole place against us.
Alright, so the Imperial Legion or members of the Imperial Legion that were in Cyrodiil at the time that the anchors were dropping. And for those of you who don't know, the anchors are um, they're basically portals into Moligbal's realm of Oblivion, which is Cold Harbor, Molig being the Daedric Prince of Domination. All Legionnaires that were in Cyrodiil at the time, let me get out my bow. They were in Cyrodiil at the time were asked to, or not asked, they were basically told, like, hey, drink this poison, which I think it was called, yeah, it was called the Blood of Cold Harbor. And it was a poison that would basically turn them into mind-shriven. A mind-shriven being is someone who basically loses all control, all their will and mortality, and they basically give it up to Molig. Alright. Let me just finish these guys off. Alright, so those, most of the Imperial Legion did choose death opposed to drinking the blood of Cold Harbor, but where the hell is Legate Ricca and the rest of them? Are they still over there? I really hope not. They are, I think they're all frozen.
So far, so good.
The Stormcloaks are here in force. Stick close and follow.
Hello?
Be careful. Mind yourself.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta figure out how to fix this because they're not supposed to be broken like that. They're supposed to go in there when they hear fighting. I killed all the Stormcloak soldiers in there and they didn't rush in to help. So they're kind of stuck here and I'm not going to be able to take on this entire dungeon by myself. So I'll be right back once I figure out how to fix this. Alright.
There may be some way to get through on the level.
Alright, so
Hurry.
Legate Ricca just gave me my instructions of what I need to do. She told me to go in there see if there's another way in to kind of catch them off guard. I just gotta do something real quick. Alright, so we're gonna go and do that again. Alright, so I left off on... Alright, so the Legion, most of the Legion that were in Cyrodiil at the time chose death opposed to drinking the blood of Cold Harbor, right? But those who did drink the blood of Cold Harbor did end up becoming mind-driven and becoming kind of like acolytes of Molig. And they ended up forming a legion known as Legion Zero, right? Legion Zero is basically, it's a legion of all mind-driven legionnaires, and yeah, they basically helped Moligbal's army by creating siege weapons and whatnot for them, right? Now they ended up using the Elven Gardens district into, they turned it into a workshop for constructing siege equipment and for the Daedric forces, right? Now, there's another legion known as the Immortal Eight that was created. They created an improvised garrison. Okay, there's some fighting going on. Can I? Okay, I guess you're just gonna finish them off. They created an improvised garrison in the middle of the Nobles district in the Imperial City, where they fought against the forces of Molig and against Legion Zero. They also played a part in stopping Baal's plans to snuff out the Dragonfires.
We're not leaving
Right.
here until we get what we came for. Now
So for those of you who don't know, the dragon fires can only be lit by a direct descendant of Alesia, right? And only direct descendants of Alesia can wear the amulet of Saint Alesia, right? Kind of makes sense, right? Keep hitting that shield, you'll get through it eventually. Okay, I'm just gonna finish those guys off, and then we'll transfer over into the Tiber Wars, right? The Tiber Wars were fought when Tiber Septim, also known as Talos, whoa, that came a lot closer than I thought I was. Tiber Septim, when he became Emperor of Tamriel, right? So General Talos led a small army from Cyrodiil to take the mighty forces, or the mighty fortress of Sancre Tor from the allied Nord-Breton forces which had occupied it, right? Now the Cyrodiilic army was small, poorly trained and outfitted, short on rations and unprepared for winter campaigning, and yet the man who led them into victory would be known as Tiber Septim. Right. So let me just do this puzzle real quick. Ebony Claw. The code is on the back of the claw. Fox Moth Dragon. So Fox Moth Dragon. Fox. Alright, so the Battle of Sancre Tor was just the beginning of a renaissance for the Imperial Legion, right? Young men in Skyrim began to flock to Septim's armies. And soon thereafter, they were able to take the Imperial City, and of course, Tiber Septim taking on the title as Emperor of Tamriel, right? No, he didn't take the title of Emperor yet. He was still a general at this time. King Kulekane, I think is how you pronounce his name. Probably completely wrong, but he was able to take the Imperial City. He was the one who was able to take the Imperial City, and he was crowned Emperor. But unfortunately, he was then soon killed, and Tiber Septim ended up taking his place. Alright, so let me just go and I'll do this little, it's not even really a puzzle, and figure out how to get that gate open. Alright, there's a chest in here that is trapped, so let me see if I can untrap the chest. Okay. Lock picking is something that I don't claim to be, don't claim to be the best at. Just a little bit, there we go. Let's grab the gold. Oh, we have a level up, so let's do that. We can go into Magicka because we are planning on playing like a mage heavy build. I think that's everything that's in that room, so let's just kind of do that. Let's throw this dagger away. There's a lever over there that'll open up the gate. But there's a chest right here that I'm gonna loot first. Alright, I think we're ready to open up the gate. I know that these tombs are going to open up and release a horde of Draugr. Ooh, someone's over there. That takes care of those guys. There's still some guys over here. This guy's running.
Follow me. Let's see where this leads.
Alright, so during these so-called Tiber Wars, right, in the Battle of Black Rocks, right, the Aldmeri Dominion almost destroyed the 3rd Legion, and the initially smooth annexation of Hammerfell the following year was disrupted by the Stros-M'Kai Uprising. The Stros-M'Kai Uprising being these people, they ended up having an uprising in Stros-M'Kai, and I think they ended up killing the leader of Stros-M'Kai. I'm not 100% sure on the details, but before I engage in this fight, he's gonna end up waking these guys up. Alright. This is just a restless Draugr. Okay, 2 restless Draugrs, not bad. Let me try to take out these restless Draugrs before I fight the Draugr Scourge over there. Alright. I'm just gonna sneak behind him and just keep hitting him, because this seems to be working. Come on, he's almost dead. It's very tedious. And he's dead. Perfect. Alright, let's grab the Jagged Crown and we can begin our way back to Solitude. Alright. So, like I said, the Aldmeri Domain almost destroyed the 3rd Legion, right? So, one by one, the provinces ended up being brought into the fold, and the Somerset Isles have actually never been successfully invaded by the Legion. I think we just got, was that Kind's Peace? No, that was a slow time shot, wasn't it? Yeah, slow time. We don't have any Dragon Souls to actually unlock it, but the Somerset Isles have actually never been successfully invaded and taken over by the Imperial Legion. So, but the Imperial Legion was they throughout these Tiber Wars, they've been able to successfully and repulse elven excursions here and there, right? But so finally, Septim's use of the Numidium brought the homeland of the Altmer under his control, making Tiber Septim Talos the first true emperor of Tamriel, because he was able to claim the he was able to conquer and claim the Somerset Isles as part of his empire. Alright, so we're just gonna go deliver this over to General Tullius, and that'll be it for this video. Let's just go fast travel over to... Can't fast travel when enemies are nearby. What enemies are nearby? Oh, okay. There's a huge fight going on out here. The Stormcloak soldiers, Stormcloak leader. You don't look much like a leader. Oh, don't get in front of me, please. Oh, I'm gonna end up burning. Nope. He ended up hitting me. Let's try to run up here and get the high ground. Oh, you're almost dead. Okay, the entire Imperial force over here has been taken out, it looks like. I'm gonna drop down here real quick. Let's level up so that way we don't lose. Let's put some health points into health. You're almost dead. Completely missed that. Alright, let's get some whoa. I don't want to get hit by any of his power attacks. Alright. And it looks like we died. Looks like they're going to be out here again. Is it really just this other Stormcloak soldier? I should have helped that Imperial over there. Can I put any points? I can't, because it needs... Okay. Okay, they ended up killing him, so... Stormcloak leader is kind of hurting. If I just keep retreating and set them on fire, I should be able to kill him. I don't think so. Set him on fire. Let's have him come in. There we go. Not nearly as much of an intense fight as last time, but you know, these guys, is there still blood? Because I don't see any blood splatters. I see mostly my burn marks on the ground. I think this is a master lock, isn't it? Yeah, I won't be able to pick that. Alright, so let's head over to Solitude real quick. Hopefully I can fast travel this time. There we go. Head over to Solitude and we'll call it for the video for today. Once I hand the Jagged Crown. Once I hand over the Jagged Crown, of course, to General Tullius.
Staying safe, I hope. Wanderer like you must have plenty of tales to tell.
Citizen, I fear the night, because the werewolves and vampires don't.
It's good we hold the Reach. Were the rebels to gain control, the silver mines would give them coin to hire more thugs and expand their violence.
Yes, it would.
March is an important buffer zone between the rebel forces.
Here's the Jagged Crown Legate Ricka sent me to deliver it to you.
Excellent work, soldier. I have to admit, I had my doubts it even existed. Did you run into any trouble?
Yeah, there was nothing I couldn't handle, though.
That's what I like to hear. I'll get the full report from Legate Ricka. Now then, I need someone I can trust to deliver a message of great import to Jarl Balgrove of Whiterun. We have it on good authority that Ulfric has raised enough men to attack the city of Whiterun. The Jarl, however, refuses the Legion's support. This missive should convince him. Be aware, soldier. These documents contain sensitive intelligence for the Jarl's eyes only.
Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. Alright, did I already read this book to get the quest? No, I didn't. Alright, so that's going to have to do it for this video. In the next video, we have to deliver a message to Jarl Bolgraf, and in the next video, I will be giving some more history on the Imperial Legion, because what I've explained today is not all of the Imperial Legion history of how it formed. We only got up to Tiber Septim, and that's definitely not where the Legion stands today. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because it definitely helps me out a lot. And if you have any comments for any future videos you'd like to see in the future, then leave those comments down in the comment section below, and I will be sure to read them. All right? And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.